All right, we can do this live from the historic downtown Pueblo Riverwalk. It's 21 Steak, and you're in for a treat. 26th annual, the Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival, and a great show lined up for you today. You're going to see a little bit of food. You're going to hear a little bit of history. Just an all-around great time. And I want to just introduce to the show right away because she's going to help me co-host this show. And Danielle Kitzman, how are you? VP of Visit Pueblo Convention and Visitors Bureau. Good to see you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for being here.
I know. Set the stage for us. Jay's showing the Riverwalk couldn't ask for a better backdrop.
That's for sure. We are pretty fortunate here in downtown Pueblo.
Yeah. Set the stage for us. Where are we? Give us an idea of the location.
Yeah. Well, we are here on the fabulous patio of 21 Steak, and of course with the historic Arkansas Riverwalk in our backdrop, and great live music. There's a lot of great patios all along the Riverwalk. We've got boat rides, and everybody's just out enjoying a great time and beautiful weather.
Okay, we're going to dig in. The Pueblo Chili Festival, Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival is why we're here today, and we'll talk about that. But I want to talk about 21 Steak real quick. Here's something interesting off their website. A restaurant should reflect the best of the community. What began as just another day in June 3rd, 1921 in Pueblo, Colorado, changed dramatically when an unexpected cloudburst ushered in a devastating flood. The widespread disaster was quickly followed by the amazing recovery led by the citizens' incredible resolve, and nearly 100 years, a breathtaking river walk has emerged from the ruins. Motivated by the spirit of the community, 3 Pueblo entrepreneurs have created brand new dining experience in the memory of 1921 flood and the impact on Pueblo. 21 Steak has risen. Here's what's interesting. COVID has done some very interesting things. In the wake of its devastation, I always say it's some of the most devastating fires leave behind the most fertile soil. And just like that, just like COVID, just like anything else, as we start to see a little bit of relief come, here's the Riverwalk, here's what was born, and here's exactly what the theme of the show is, rising up and being a great community once again.
Yeah, wow, that was beautiful.
Isn't that something else?
That is something else.
It's just a great correlation. I really firmly believe that in the wake of any disasters, that there's always going to be a silver lining and a rebuilding, because that's the resilience. The resilience of Pueblo and the growth. Truly an ag community, kind of grew up on ag.
Yeah, well, we started out of that. We've always been a resilient community. We started as a steel town. And CF&I was a big part of this community. It employed 5,000 plus people starting back in the early 1900s. And as the steel industry has risen and fallen, just like the flood, it's impacted this community. But out of the steel industry, we had an amazing amount of immigrants that came. So with all different ethnic backgrounds, Italian, Slovenian, German, Spanish, and so forth, and it's really impacted our cuisine. We're truly the melting pot of Colorado, in my belief, and it's really showcased in our mom and pop restaurants, and in places like 21 Steak. They really embrace the culture of our community and bring in all different aspects of it, and so we're really fortunate to have that, have that rebirth, because we've grown out of it substantially.
I'm doing what you guys should be doing. I'm grabbing my phone and saying, boy, I really like this conversation. I need to share it to my personal Facebook page, and that's exactly what I'm doing. As you join us here tonight, we're at 21 Steak, and this is going to be a great conversation, talking all things Pueblo. We are on the last leg of our road trip. Day 5, Jay. It's been 5 days. You probably feel every second of them, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Wear down a little. We've done some great shows all week long. Our travels took us this morning from Lamar, Colorado.
Yeah, great community.
Day before that, we were in Durango.
That's a drive.
Yeah. Day before that, we were in Palisades.
Yeah.
Day before that, we were in Breckenridge.
So you're enjoying a whole breadth of great agricultural and culinary delights all around the state.
Truly are. And let me ask you this question, tough question. Is Pueblo overlooked?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're okay with that. We don't need to brag about ourselves, because just like yourself in the conversations we had earlier, people come to this town and they're literally amazed, and so we love to see that look on everyone's face when they come in and they say, wow, I had no idea. And a lot of people that have pass through Pueblo, because we're on the I-25 corridor and Highway 50 corridor. We're in this, we've got this perfect, we're right at the cusp of both intersections, and we get driven by a lot, but when you get off the interstate, that's when the magic happens. It happens right here in Pueblo.
I say when you know, you know.
For sure.
You know. And that's the encouragement. So kind of an interesting year as we, you'd step off smartly the 26th and the 27th of September. It's the 26th annual Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival. This year it's pared down for obvious reasons.
Right, obvious reasons.
Right. Can we get into that a little bit of what it resembles this year and what types of things? I've got a graphic in case you needed to have you probably created this graphic.
Had a little bit to do with it.
I'm sure you did. So here it is, historic downtown Pueblo, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And this year, in light of COVID-19 pandemic, the Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival will pay homage to its humble roots when it was but one block long, and neither the staff, the vendors, nor the farmers ever dreamed there would be a second festival, let alone 26. Talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, certainly I wasn't here 26 years ago, but I started out as a volunteer with the Chamber, and so I've probably been involved with, 10 to 15 of those chili festivals. And, the stories are amazing. And, the reason for the Chili and Frijole Festival, as Pueblo chilies were just becoming such a dynamic part of our agricultural, assets here in the county, we became the first kind of agritourism festival. And then we threw in the frijoles, the bean, and we are a big exporter of beans, pinto beans here in Pueblo County. So those two combinations led to that amazing festival. But it was one block long, and we at the time my boss had to beg one chili roaster, one farmer, to come and bring down his roaster, which at that time, they all had one or two. So taking one out of production at their own farm was a big deal. And then they begged a couple of vendors to come down and set up shop, and it was gangbusters, since then. And now you fast forward, pre-COVID, last year's festival, we hosted over 150,000 people in downtown Pueblo for 3 days. And people come from all across the United States. They plan their vacations, their family reunions all around the Chili and Frijole Festival, and we have great stories that are always shared, and we're really humbled and appreciative of that. But this year we're going to make the best of it. We knew we couldn't let it go away. After 26 years, we couldn't just cancel. And so, we had to reimagine it, just like a lot of other events around the state, and felt like we just go back to our roots. We'll take it down to, one block. We did two. We were a little lofty. 2 blocks long, and hosting up to the state guidelines of 175 people per area, and really just making it about agriculture and about getting your chilies and, really focusing on that component of things.
Yeah. Someone out there may be saying, wait, what, Pueblo, are they talking about the state fair?
Yeah.
So is that soon or conjunction or?
Well, the state fair already passed.
Yeah.
It was a couple weeks ago, and they again reimagined their event and took it. Had to pare it down and go back to their roots of really being a 4-H, inspired, all about the livestock and events, and so that's what they did, and kind of similar, that's what we're doing. And part of our initiative with this festival is to really encourage people to go out to the farms. I mean, we are so fortunate in Pueblo County to have such an abundance of farm stands out east that offer amazing agricultural assets. Squash and pumpkins and beans and literally every product you could possibly imagine. A lot of it really local, inspired. And go out there every weekend and get your fresh produce. Don't get it from the grocery store. And it's an experience. So we've hosted 3 weeks of live farm stand events out east leading up to Chili Festival, really showcasing and showing people, similar to what you're doing, some Facebook Live stuff, and really taking people out to the market and saying, hey, guys, this is in your backyard. Go see, go do. Get your chilies there. avoid the crowds at the Chili Festival, although there probably won't be that many this year, and really enjoy what you have what we have here in Pueblo County.
Yeah, it's interesting. Scaling back or pruning the tree, if you will, making sure the trunk is nice and healthy so that you can do these other things. What have you learned about just in general the support, and you have quite an impressive title, VP of Visit Pueblo, Convention and Visitors Bureau. There's a lot to do with that. Overall, Pueblo, the convention, the Visitors Bureau, convention center's open.
Yeah, the convention center is open, certainly at a scaled-down version as well, but we've hosted some great in-person meetings, all socially distanced and compliant with the governor's orders, and we're doing the best we can, just like everybody else. But I think it's a dawn of a new era, too, where we've got we're really eyeing the fact that this is setting precedents, where we might be having hybrid events kind of regularly, where we are offering a Zoom component, virtual component along with an in-person component, and people are kind of getting used to that effort. So, we're doing the best we can, but we're open for business, and I learn something new about my job every day. Every day. It's exciting.
Come visit. Well, you're being put to the test now in a long weekend.
Yeah,
September
for sure.
26th and 7th. So what's going on the next couple of days?
Yeah, so 2 farmers markets open
Did I
starting.
say November? September.
I think you said September.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah. Your beer's kicking in.
Yeah, one beer.
One beer. 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. We open at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We have 2 different farmers market locations that offer the same standards that most Puebloans expect: chili roasting, live music, and beer. So those are the 3 main ingredients of the festival, and we have all of those things happening the next 2 days, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., a little shortened format. But we'll be out there roasting chilies. And then really exciting this year that we launched due to COVID is a curbside pickup. So right now, people can go online to the Chili and Frijoles Festival website and choose their favorite farm vendor that's out going to be out here this weekend, and order their bushels of chili roasted online, and we will deliver those curbside to them in a time that they pick. So we're excited about that.
Oh, boy, just monitoring the live stream right now, and so glad that you're joining us. We are at 21 Steak, and we're going to be joined by a couple of people. Tony's coming to join us, and we were talking Tony Orozco-Joyce.
Yep, she's she's the new GM, started at the end of the year, and she's an amazing asset to this restaurant.
She seems like an amazing person. She'll be out to visit with us as well. I believe Sarah McCarthy will also join us. And Danielle's here with us. Is it Danielle or Donnell?
Danielle. Like
easy. Danielle,
I know.
Yeah,
the O throws people.
Does it throw people off? Yeah, threw me off a little bit. Danielle Kitt's been here with us. Here's what I want to do. I want to take a quick break, come back. We'll do a reset, and they're going to bring out a couple of items of food. We're going to talk food and beverage. And I kind of want to talk about the state of Pueblo, how things are doing right now, what kind of support we can do. We traveled with the Colorado Restaurant Association. Mm-hmm. And those gals are just instrumental of really trying to connect the dots and give guidance, right? Guidance is one thing, but execution is another.
Sure.
Restaurants are so strapped right now to try and just figure out and pivot. You hear the word pivot, but really adjust at this point in time. There's a new normal that's happening, and this new normal is really affecting businesses, but you see places like 21 Steak and people that are doing it really well. I feel great. I feel normal. I'm hearing the Riverwalk. This is perfect.
Live music, people eating and enjoying. You wouldn't know we were in a global pandemic right at the moment.
You really wouldn't know. Okay, we'll break off. We'll come right back. This is exciting. The 26th Annual Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival, September 26th and 27th. We're here right now at 21 Steak, and we'll be back in a flash. The Modern Eater Show continues. I love the laugh.
You ready? Like right now?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. It's Kyle Mendenhall. I'm talking with my good friends from the Modern Eater Show. Keep supporting them. There's a lot of good stuff happening.
We started Meridiem Spirits because we love the way that spirits and cocktails can bring people together to socialize, to bond, to have conversations. Well, right now we've got some big conversations to have. Coop Vodka and Coop Gin are available at liquor stores across the metro area, but if you can't find us or would like to have us behind your bar or at your restaurant, send us an email, info@meridiemspirits.com. We know things are a little different these days, but think of us the next time you're planning a virtual happy hour or a socially distant picnic. And keep an eye on our social media, Coop by Meridiem, for all the latest and greatest.
Hey, Dave Thibodeau here. Hey, friends of the Modern Eater. This is Dave Thibodeau from Ska Brewing and Peach Street Distillers. I wanted to let you know that our new brew distillery is up and running again in Boulder. And we've got a great selection of Ska beers, nearly 30 on tap. We've also got all of our Peach Street Spirits available, a great mixology program that we brought down from the Western Slope and Palisade. We're open limited hours, Wednesday through Friday from 3 to 10. And then we open up earlier at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday and get some brunch action rolling. We have 2 great patios. Socially distant seating is available. And you can always check for more information at scastreet.com, and hope we become your new favorite neighborhood spot. And I'd like to meet you there in the not too distant future for a beer or a drink soon. So take care, be healthy, and stay strong. And I'll talk to you later.
Hi guys, it's Cody Ann from Aspen Baking Company. We specialize in fresh, preservative-free, amazing bread. But with all the food news, go right here to the Modern Eater.
Hey, Zach Ryder here, Colorado Mills Sunflower Products out of Lamar, Colorado. Your only local source, grown from a local crop to produce a local oil for local chefs. You can find it at Shamrock Foods, What Chefs Want, Seattle Fish Company. Let me try it one more time, then we'll see. Hey, restaurants, we're glad you're reopening. From Colorado Mills Sunflower Oil, we'll see you soon.
First, we partner with the best farmers in the world, and then we tell them, we will take it all. Process whole spices daily, blend custom spices to order, keep it fresh, safe, and flavorful, all so that you can get back to doing what you do best. So whether you're a restaurant, a food manufacturer, or an at-home cook, be sure to visit The Spice Guy at www.thespiceguyco.com.
You're saying.
Okay, welcome back, and get back to the show just a minute from 21 Steak. I'll tell you about Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions. When you are drinking beer, the brewers want it to taste just like they brewed it. They don't want any weirdness going on. They don't want the temperature off.
Yeah.
They want their
Foam
beer to
is
taste like
money.
it would taste in the brewery. You're exactly right. Foam is money. If you're pouring inefficient beer, what are you doing, Jay?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Don't pour your money down the drain. Jeff Rourke, he installs tap system. He also does maintenance. He can add a line as well. Water, wine, nitro, coffee, you name it.
Anything they tap, Jeff Rourke is your guy.
Most trusted man in the business. He's got 20 years under his belt, and he will continue. Why? Because people love his work.
Mm-hmm.
You need to give him a call. If you have any of those problems at all, just give him a call. He'll give you a call right back. 720-272-3809, Jay.
So you're saying you should let Jeff tap you?
Yes. Yes.
I got it.
He should steal that. Let Jeff tap you.
Let Jeff tap you.
Jeff,
that's just
something in. It's something in there. However he would want.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, Jeff, that's coming.
Danielle, ladies and gentlemen.
Let Jeff tap you. It's 720-272-3809. It's that kind of day. Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions. Back to the show. This is a great backdrop. The setting is wonderful. Pueblo, Colorado. It's almost like I don't want to tell everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to be selfish, though.
You know.
Yeah.
We'll let them see a little taste, and then they just got to come figure it out for themselves.
I think so. So, you've got everything right here in just walking distance downtown. Yeah. The downtown area, give a little layout of what's down here and restaurant-wise, and
sure.
Just for folks that have never been.
Well, we're sitting on the historic Arkansas Riverwalk, of course, right here to our left. Or my left. And then we've got Main Street and Union Avenue Historic District right behind us. So we're kind of right in between those two streets. And Union Avenue is our historic retail, shopping, amazing antique shops, coffee shops, restaurants. So it's kind of the hub of our downtown community, and it leads right to the Riverwalk. And then we've got the Riverwalk, which isn't as packed as San Antonio, if you've ever been there. It's not as commercialized. So a lot of people utilize it as more of an outdoor experience, right? They're always walking their dogs and, really exercising, even just doing the walks around. You'll see that every morning really early and, all through the day, quite frankly. But then we've also got these amazing restaurants and patios, off of it. And so we're pretty fortunate about how this has developed. And it was a labor of love for this community. They put in about $250 million into between public and private partnerships to make this Riverwalk happen the way it looks today, and it's still not done. It's always moving and changing and growing. And we have an initiative right now to build a new boathouse with an event venue at the top of this boathouse that'll overlook the Riverwalk and these gorgeous lights. And so that's in the works. It's coming, and so there's always some development happening here, and we're pretty proud of that effort.
If we get over the pandemic, I imagine you get done with one festival, Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival, you're probably going to start planning it right when it's done. I mean, that's
pretty
really
close.
How that works out.
Yeah.
So, adjusting or pivoting this year and paring it down. But what is it usually just every year? What does it take to pull off that type of an event?
Yeah, the every year festival is literally a labor of love. It's, typically the entire span of Union Avenue, which is about 10 to 12 blocks. We've got off streets that we have packed with vendors, so about 200 vendors, if you can imagine, all the way down the street. On Saturday and Sunday during the festival with great weather, you can't even walk. So as the staff, we're trying to run from, entertainment stages, 6 entertainment stages typically within that venue, 55 plus local bands playing, 7 farms roasting chilies throughout that footprint.
Wow.
And, people just happy and engaging with this community. And typically we're very fortunate in Pueblo. The weather's almost always amazing. We've rarely ever, been rained out or stormed out of an event. Today it's 97. The weekend's going to be gorgeous. So we're usually pretty fortunate, and that brings a lot of people out to really engage. So people come out and dance and stay. It's really it turns into just an entertainment venue at the end of the night after people get their chili and stuff. So it's an amazing experience in a regular year.
If the weather's anything like it is right now, which it usually is, I'm sure. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just perfect temperature.
Well, and we're fortunate. I mean, we golf, 300 plus days a year. The sun is shining here in Pueblo. When Denver and Boulder, are stormed out, you got snow.
Yeah.
You can come down here and mountain bike. Lake Pueblo State Park has 32 miles of mountain biking trails, and so we've got a lot of action going on here.
Reservoir as well.
Lake Pueblo State Park has the reservoir, mountain biking trails all around it. And that reservoir, in the last 3 years, we've seen the growth of visitors coming there exponentially.
Yeah.
Almost 3 million visitors this year.
Unbelievable.
So I never used the word in my job of over-tourism. In fact, when I was in meetings with the state tourism office, I'd be like, bring them to Pueblo. We're fine. We can take them. And then now we're like, wait a minute, we can't take them. Over-tourism is a thing. And so we've, certainly with COVID, people are enjoying the outdoors, and we've seen that growth at Lake Pueblo State Park and other places for sure.
Yeah, the slopper competition.
Yeah.
Oh, that was interesting. I followed that. And what was the restaurant that we did a little?
Coors. Gray's Coors Tavern.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we got to watch a slopper get made, and then you had the slopper competition. Who was the gentleman that won the year before? What was his name?
Oh, no.
I know.
You're putting me on the spot. Yeah, I can't think of it.
It's Joey Chestnut?
So Joey Chestnut is he wasn't the champion this year, but he came, but he's the number one hot dog eater in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was a big deal to bring this year. We had the top 5 eaters of the world in Pueblo eating sloppers, which they'd never heard of.
But there was an upset this year.
There was. Ian, what was his name? Ian something? Oh, no. Yeah. Google it really fast. Yeah, he was from Massachusetts or New England, and he went away with like 37.5 sloppers that he ate.
You can tell I was reading it because I clicked the link.
Jeff Esper, where did I get in? I have no idea.
Let me show this, Jay. Grab my computer.
Yeah, it's gross. I hope you guys haven't eaten yet.
haven't eaten yet. You're going to get a little ad. Jay's taking off for a second, but I really I appreciate some of the events that you guys do, and the way that I see it, it's just really wholesome fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
you got to
having
be
a good time.
You got to be innovative and have a good time. There's a slopper, open-faced cheeseburger, if you will, smothered with beautiful green chili. That's the green chili sauce, chili with an I.
There's the guy that was last year's winner, and he was such a nice guy. Flew into town. There he is, right there. He got dethroned. Colorado State Fair.
He did. Yeah.
Oh, man, I missed that. He did?
He did get dethroned.
Mm-hmm.
By who? By who?
Jeff Esper.
Oh.
Jeff
Esper.
Esper.
How did the Chestnut Kid do?
See how gross it is? And I feel bad for those guys because a slopper is really good food. You have to try one before you go. And it's iconic to Pueblo, and it's not good in that format. Like, we had to take the temperature down, so it's not served warm. It's cold. And then, some of the components of it that, we enjoy, French fries on top or different toppings, you can't do, so they're just shoving it.
Yeah, they're just trying to get it down.
And the stage, when you're done, looks like, 20 people just puked in mass succession.
I bet. It's
I couldn't eat a slopper for like a month after the first time.
Can't
Last
even
year when I
watch
first...
the video,
No, I don't even want to see it. It ruins it.
It's
the trophy is a fake slopper,
That is so cool. But listen, people, that's a coveted
It's a coveted
award.
thing.
Yeah,
we had the top 5 eaters of the world here in Pueblo, Colorado for the first time eating sloppers, who they didn't even know what a slopper was.
How many years running have you been doing that?
Well, this year was the second year.
It was just
the second year.
It's going to grow to be huge.
Oh, it's going to grow to be huge, yeah, for sure. I mean, for us to get Joey Chestnut the second year, it was a big deal for us. So a little notoriety on the table there for the world eaters, so it was pretty cool.
What other things do you guys have up your sleeve? You've got to have, so you're like, anything.
Let me just throw this in real quick. It's funny how when Danielle says, God, I watched that and I couldn't eat a slopper for a month. It's like I watch it and it just makes, and I'm starving. Watching those guys eat that makes me hungry.
Wow.
Yeah, there's my 2 cents on the show. There you go.
That's gross, buddy.
Yeah. Well, 21 Steak.
21 Steak will cure you of that, for sure.
You've been coming here often?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a staple. We they are a great community partner. So not only a great restaurant, but we really look for those restaurants that are good community partners. So they will roll out the red carpet anytime we have some cockamamie scheme, or we've got
you pointed
visitors.
At us when you said that.
Cockamamie scheme.
Or visitors.
Yeah, or visitors. We have a MSNBC right behind us.
Look at that table.
Yeah. Hey, MSNBC. Hey. Wave and say hi. You're on camera. Hi.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. You're on camera. No, just keep eating. So, we're kind of a hub here, but it's stuff like that where we know that when we need to execute a great day, a great meal, and food and friends, 21 Steak's one of those places that we can depend on. And we've got lots of them in Pueblo, so we're really fortunate for that. People really get behind, just promoting our community and being a part of it.
Yeah. And they're all probably like kids, too. You can't really pick a favorite. You love everybody equally. I mean, I'm sure you do have favorites. That's not what this is all about.
Right.
But community, as we've traveled from community to community, and truly with our Fall Dinner Series, falldinnerseries.com, a couple tickets left.
Falldinnerseries.com.
That's right.
Falldinnerseries.com.
Falldinnerseries.com.
Got it.
With our dinner series come up, traveling to community and gathering what the best of the agriculture in that community, you really see the best of people. Because with the ag comes the food and beverage, and with the food and beverage comes the people, the stories, their families.
Yeah.
And then you go into restaurants, it's like, literally, restaurants are so underappreciated, and I think people now are really going like, well, hey, we wouldn't have a place to propose, or our anniversary, or our graduation.
Sure.
That's what takes place in hospitality. It's kind of a microcosm of an overall bigger picture of what you do for the city itself and Pueblo. Just a smaller version within a restaurant. I think it's fascinating how people are really keeping motivated with inside of the community, staying informed, and gathering together. Are there any stories that you can share of like people gathering together and doing cool things right now inside of Pueblo?
Well, way to put me on the spot.
I know.
Aside from the Chili and Frijoles Festival right now, I think Pueblo has always been one of those places that will take care of their own.
Yeah.
And so that's one. A lot of people that are from here will say it's the biggest small community. And we have 106,000 people citywide, 160 some odd thousand countywide. So we're a pretty big community, and it's one of those places where truly everyone kind of knows everybody. And when there's an issue or a need, certainly COVID has brought that out in a lot of ways. I mean, we've done a lot of amazing things. A lot of businesses have stepped up and helped each other in COVID. Restaurants are no exception.
How many
they've
breweries
struggled.
do you have here?
So we're light on breweries. Got a lot of bars, but
Now,
we've got
Walters
about
is
5
here, right?
breweries. Walters is an amazing addition to the Pueblo community that started way back in the early days.
Moved away
one
and
of the first
then
one.
came back, right?
Yeah, they were one of the first breweries here in Pueblo. Great history, amazing beer. They have a Pueblo Chili beer, so we'll be featuring that out at the festival this year. They're a great community partner. Brews Ale House down here to our left on the Riverwalk, an amazing addition, renovated out of the old Pueblo police station and uses a whole police jail theme in all the stuff that they do. They're awesome. Shamrock Brewing Company. There's a handful of others. So yeah, we've got some stuff going on here.
I love that stuff. Here's what we're going to do. We'll break off just a minute. We'll go corral a couple of folks from 21 Steaks, see if they want to sit down and join us. I'm just enjoying myself here on the Riverwalk.
It's not much to not enjoy.
It really isn't at all. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. Jay will talk about Aspen Baking Company. We'll come back, recap a couple of things, talk about our fall dinner series, show you what we've been up to this past day, and then we'll talk a little bit food with 21 Steak. You probably want to jump or get cut loose, or you're here for the long haul with me?
I can hang out, or I can just go eat. I don't know.
Yes. Hang out. Well, you can do both.
I can do both. I can just eat right here in front of you.
We have some food on the way out, so I don't know what it is. We just said let's give us something fun to look at.
It's going to be good.
All right, we're live in Pueblo, Colorado. It's coming right up on you, the Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival, and we couldn't be happier to be here to support Pueblo right now. Bringing this back to the Front Range means a lot to us, and we will bring chilies back as well. Take a break, come right back. This is 21 Steak. I like how they spell it out, too, 21 Steak. What's the name come from, do you know?
The 1921 flood.
Is that what it came from?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy breezy.
Easy breezy.
All right, be back in a flash. The Modern Eater Show continues.
Hi guys, it's Rebecca Berry with Hot Schedules powered by Ford. With all of the recent COVID rules and regulations, you may feel like you have way too many cooks in the kitchen. Well, fortunately, Ford is the leading hospitality provider and partner when it comes to onboarding HR, payroll, tax, and compliance needs. So that way you can keep all of those cooks in the kitchen and let us manage all of your administrative needs. That way you can focus back on your business and your growth plans. Give me a call for an analysis on how we can put that ROI back into your business and take those administrative burdens off your hands. Because nobody likes handling taxes. That's Rebecca.berry@forth.com, Rebecca.berry@forth.com. And hey, you know what's cool, guys? Keeping your mask on so that way we can keep our doors open.
Hey, Modern Eater fans, I'm Don Trobo with the Annex by Ardent Mills, and I just wanted to give you a heads up about some of the great things we've got going on locally in the state. We're headquartered right here, and we're working with farmers in the San Luis Valley to bring you amazing Colorado quinoa. It's just like the South American stuff, but grown locally. We've got transitional wheat flour that's grown by farmers in Colorado and surrounding states who are in the process of turning their fields into organic. So we're taking that transitional wheat and turning it into flour, and now it's available for you to cook and bake with. And last but not least, we're now cleaning grain berries in Denver. So things like spelt or wheat berries or pearl barley, those are things that we're now doing right here locally and are available to you. Can't wait to share it with you.
Hey, Colorado restaurant and food service operators. This is Rich O'Brien along with Pearson Shields over here at Elevation Food Service Reps. And we wanted to let you guys know that at the end of the month, on the 23rd and 24th, here at our global headquarters in Park Hill, Colorado, Denver, Colorado, we're going to be having our demo sale where you can buy great products gently used for an excellent price. And we want to invite you over. And, you know, chefs, I know you all know Pearson, and he can vouch that these are pretty good products. Going to be a good price.
No, absolutely. We used them, gently used them, and we're super excited. We're doing some good food as well.
Well, by you.
Some chicken.
Yeah.
I'll be cooking.
Yeah, we got Pearson cooking. And hey, guys,
Excited.
come over this way, too. And don't mind the young woman right there. She's just kind of hanging out and hiding. But we have all this equipment here that we're going to be doing our best to sell and get out of here. So any questions, give us a call over here at Elevation, 303-750-3727, or at elevationfs.com. And if you have any questions about the equipment, just give Pearson a holler. Thanks, guys.
Hey there, Barbecue All-Star. This is your year, so what if you weren't drafted? The only draft you need to be worried about is actually spelled D-R-A-U-G-H-T, and it's adult for the word beer. It's barbecue season, baby. Now get out there and grill your ass off.
Hi, son.
Back to the show in just a minute. We'll say hello to the sun in just a minute, but right now we're going to talk about Aspen Baking Company and aspenbaking.com. If you're a bread lover like me, I don't love meat, no offense to steak, but I'm not the meat lover. I'm the bread lover. I'm not the cheese lover. I'm the bread lover. If you're like me and you love bread, right now on your phone, on your laptop, wherever you are, go to aspenbaking.com and scroll through all the delicious bread that they're making. Since 1994, Aspen Baking Company's been making delicious, fresh, not the chemicals, not the fake colors, not the artificial this and the fake. They don't freeze it. They're not that company. They're the company that gives you the fresh bread the way you want to eat it. If you have a restaurateur friend or a chef husband and they don't have time to be baking their bread, look into aspenbaking.com. They'll bake it for you. They'll bring it to you fresh as can be, and they do it right. And if you're a bread person, it's what we call in the bread business a no-brainer. If you bake it, they make it, and if you make it, they'll bake it. aspenbaking.com.
Did they approve that tagline that you just made up? You probably should run that by him. Just like Jeff Rourke. We can't just say that.
Yeah.
What did you say? What was the tagline?
You got to let Jeff tap you.
Let Jeff tap you. That's our tap guy, Jeff Rourke. Welcome back to the show from the historic downtown Pueblo Riverwalk, and 21 Steak is where we're at. This is just a fantastic place, and we have to welcome to the show Sarah McCarthy. How are you, Sarah?
Hi, I'm good.
Turn that microphone on, Jay. He's thinking about bread.
Jay.
He's thinking about bread.
Come on, Jay.
How are you, Sarah?
I'm good. I'm doing really good. We're busy tonight, and that's a great thing.
Completely busy, and it's a great night. A Friday evening in Pueblo. Has a busy weekend ahead. What am I hearing? Is your phone on?
No. Is it?
Oh yeah, she shared. She's
I
like,
did what you asked.
She hands me the phone.
And we
Just
want
throw
all
it
of
down.
you to
Throw
do
it
the same
down.
thing. It's
Share Modern
Caring.
Eater, please.
You know what? We've been refraining from talking about the restaurant itself. So if you don't mind, we'll get into that.
All right.
21 Steak, the Flood. That's where the name came from.
Yes, yeah. 1921. This was one of the only surviving buildings, and for years it stood dormant. It was called the Grey Ghost, which we actually have a cocktail on our cocktail list named the Grey Ghost.
What's in it?
It's got Saint Germain, Sauvignon Blanc. You like that drink?
It's kind of my favorite.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Well, I'm not sure. All
Have to
all
try
of your
it out.
drinks are my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
You have to try
definitely a favorite.
It is.
But so the owners saw a lot of potential in the building, and they did an amazing job refurbishing everything and kind of adding to the Riverwalk and restoring, some of our history.
Yeah, and I'd be remiss in not saying that 21 Steak, Pueblo has a really amazing patriotic, homage and history. We had 4 Medal of Honor recipients come out of Pueblo, so much so that Dwight Eisenhower said when he was giving another Medal of Honor, he said, "Hey, what's in the water in Pueblo? All you guys turn out to be Medal of Honor recipients." So kind of in the water, it's a unique throw. And at the bottom, underneath 21 Steak, is the Center for American Values. So it's an amazing collection of portraits of all of the Medal of Honor recipients in the United States. And you can only see it here in Pueblo, Colorado, outside of the Pentagon. So we are home to that collection, and they do a great job in doing a whole education series and really instilling the Medal of Honor values within our kids throughout the United States. Have an amazing program. And so we're really fortunate to have that here at the base of 21 Steak.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That is completely awesome. And the more that you get to know, the more I'm falling in love. And as a native Coloradan, just in the backyard, and I've mentioned I've visited many, many times, but hearing the history, I think people really like to hear history of places, and none better than to sit at a restaurant and just talk about everything. 21 Steak. First of all, how would you describe it, right? It's a steakhouse?
Yeah. It's a fun, casual, we've got some of the most amazing people in our kitchen. I mean, they're wonderful humans. They do an amazing job. They make us look good. They make me look good. They make my job so easy. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So your cuisine spans from?
So we do everything from, we've got a tomahawk on the menu, we've got ribeye, we've got sirloin, we've got, the chef does an awesome pasta dish every week. He changes it up. And then, of course, all of the nice specials that they do. They change that up, a fish special every week and things like that.
How about the bar program? You lean on wine, cocktails, beer? Where are you at with that?
Everything all day. I mean, the wine is fantastic. And the cocktails are definitely craft cocktails that were made specifically for this establishment. So
I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
I do cocktails too. Open every day?
We are open Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through
Saturday. Yes, from 5 till 10.
Except during Chili Fest weekend, which they're doing a launch for their Chili Fest brunch this Sunday.
Yeah, we've got a brunch this Sunday from 12 to 5. So, and that's not a normal thing, so it's kind of special. It's all going to be Chili Fest themed. It's a really, really great.
Like what? What are you going to do?
Chilaquiles.
Yeah, I was just going to say that chilaquiles.
That's my favorite. Have you had chilaquiles? Tell them what they are.
And we're also going to be doing a steakhouse, eggs and steak and eggs. Yeah, that was one of the other things on there. Yep. So just a lot of really good stuff.
Chilaquiles is red chili with eggs, scrambled eggs, and tortilla chips or strips, that sit in that chili, and then you put the scrambled eggs on the top with cheese. It's amazing.
Do you need reservations or just for?
I would always suggest reservations, yes. We've been filling up. We're very blessed to be able to say that we've been filling up so much, but reservations will ensure you a good seat and great service. So.
I think what makes 21 Steak a great community partner and an asset to this community, too, is that the chefs here really care about the fact that they live in this agricultural community, and so they are out regularly at the farms, interacting with the farmers. So they will notate what farm they got, what fresh tomatoes, what fresh onions, what chili, whatever they're utilizing for the day, squash.
Yeah.
So they're putting that on their menu when they're talking about their specials, and they're saying, squash from Musso Farms or whatever the case may be. And so they really pay attention and pay that respect to where they get the food.
Yeah, they're out there every single day looking for something new.
That's not easy.
No, it's not easy. That's
and we
so time-consuming.
I mean, we even use it in our cocktails. So we're definitely local support for sure. We love our farms.
I mean, cutting corners, especially in a business where margins are so thin.
Yeah.
And you can get your meat dropped off with your produce and your toilet paper.
Yeah. King Soopers, curbside.
You can get everything, but to go out and to actually source and keep connected, because partnerships are everything. And especially when you're seeing right now, food service was so disrupted.
Yes.
The chain was just so disrupted, and those partnerships, the ag, the farms, the ranches, those guys, they rely on their partnerships. I don't want to see crops get turned over.
Yeah.
Or they were even euthanizing pigs because
they just couldn't get them out.
They couldn't get them out.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? You think about the ripple effect that as a consumer, when you take for granted what you don't think about, and how that backlog of stock was just stopped and couldn't be utilized. So they're euthanizing or doing things like that. As a consumer, you don't understand that, how those effects are.
You really don't. So counting on you and those relationships.
Absolutely.
And vendor relationships were so much. It was like, who do you pay and when? And communication was everything for the longest time. But to maintain those relationships and even have them flourish or new relationships, it's remarkable. And that's more and more. And that was when I asked you the community question. That was what you were supposed to ask.
Buddy, you could text me.
That's all right. She's been doing a great job. I've been throwing her questions. She's like, I didn't prep for that.
She's a huge supporter of the restaurant. We're very, very happy to have her around. She's always coming in with, a nice crowd and supporting us.
Schemes.
That's right. She says, they support us when we have cockamamie schemes. And then she points at that table and visitors.
All these people over here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Our wine dinners, everything. She's a great support to the restaurant. We're very appreciative
Let's talk about the wine dinner.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's something kind of new to the community. I think 21 Steak has really done a great job at bringing in specialty dinners. So they do last week I was here? So the Spanish, or no, we did the Italian.
We did
dinner.
the Italian last week. Yeah, we did a whiskey dinner. So we had Law's Whiskey come out, and we did some great pairings for that. Different kinds of whiskeys, and
so it's a reservation.
Did Al come out for that one? Did Outlaw come out for that one?
No,
Did you say Outlaw?
Outlaw. He's the owner of Law's Whiskey.
We had a great representative come out. He was very well educated, had a great time. We did a Spanish wine dinner the previous month, and that was also really well accepted. So
they do just reservations only on a Wednesday when they're not normally open. So the place packs immediately. And today we were all texting and saying, hey, save us a seat for the ag dinner. So they're doing a farm-to-table dinner. That was supposed to be next week, might be the week after.
Yeah.
But it packs, and the reason it does is because the chef comes out, talks about the entree, they pair the wine or the cocktail with it, and it's such an amazing value. And you learn something. You learn about where the food came from and the history and the culture of that food. And so we're really fortunate to have those learning experiences with our food. It makes you appreciate things so much more.
And we have everyone socializing, and by the end of the night, everyone's, great friends, and you've met new people, and you've had a
hard
wonderful
Thursday
experience.
morning is what we're saying. It's a hard Thursday morning at work.
Are you guys BFFs?
Well,
Well,
I mean, you light up when you talk to each other.
I have a lot of love and respect for this lady. So yeah.
Ditto.
How do you promote those wine dinners? Fall wine and food pairing. Here's one.
They kind of don't have to.
Really?
Yeah, we've already started. I mean, we're halfway full for our farm to table, and we filled up at our last wine dinner. So it's kind of it's a fast sell.
So, you draw, it's kind of modern eater style, and not to call it modern eater style, but we draw, that's what we do, is we get our agricultural friends together, we get our beverages, we pair up a brewery, a distillery, a winery, get, great local agriculture, whether it's a ranch or a farm, get them all together, do a dinner.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the similar sense of what you're doing here?
Yeah, I mean,
Just
every
right
time, we just kind of get together with the chefs and sit down and kind of come up with new ideas. I mean, like I said, the whiskey dinner was a first for us, and that was a really awesome thing. And the farm to table will be it's somewhat of a first. We're kind of farm to table on the regular, so
yeah.
It's just kind of basically bringing out all the talents that the chefs already have been previously working with and just putting them on a spotlight. So
man, you guys have it going on down here. I really like that because, it's one thing to go into, where were we yesterday? Lamar, Colorado. They don't even have a steakhouse anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
They don't really have anything.
Yeah, that's tough.
Again, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
And they'd like to have
Sure.
that. And you wonder, will people come? You'd think,
right.
well, I think they might. And then we're in Durango the day before. Durango's got a pretty
healthy downtown atmosphere.
They really
it's
do.
fun, yeah.
Some great restaurants there. And then heading up into Palisade, there's a handful. There's a couple like Bin 707 and 626 on Rood, and people that really draw from their local agriculture, which I like. It's kind of the terroir or the taste of just that region. How would you describe the terroir of Pueblo?
Well, I think that's tough, as we talked about being I said we're the melting pot of
absolutely.
Colorado. I mean, we have got such a diverse culture here. So we've got amazing Italian restaurants, and even La Forchetta, which is a great restaurant just around the corner on Historic Union Avenue. They do a blend of, his wife is from, not Spain, but
I feel like she's from South America, but I don't know where.
Yeah, she's from South America, and then he's from Italy. So they've got this amazing blend of food, and then they take in some of our agricultural components. So they got amazing Pueblo chili mushroom ravioli, for instance, that you would never expect, and it's one of their best sellers. So you go in and find really fresh, inspiring dishes, squash raviolis, and all kinds of different things. But the list goes on, from the patios across the street, pizza. Angelo's Pizza, they've got Pueblo chilies on their pizza, so you move on down the line, and we're fortunate that we've got community players, and so I don't know how you could describe.
Yeah, we've got so many awesome different avenues that we can go through, with all of the farming and everything else, and like she was saying, the culture is so thick and heavy.
And Mexican food.
Very rich, yeah.
You have to have Mexican food in Pueblo, and when you do, it's not the same anywhere else. The closest we've come, what place I love in Denver? Is Bar Brewery 2. Do you know this place?
I don't.
Okay, take your Modern Eater show to Bar Brewery 2.
Where?
So the best
B-A-R.
ever bar. Yeah, Bar Brewery. All
And
the
then
I
two?
say this with all love and respect. It's a dive bar, right? Because I love those are
my
those are our
favorite.
places.
Yeah,
you find the
absolutely.
best stuff. Bar, brewery 2. And it's downtown by what's the big yellow sculpture-y thing that's on I-25 off to your right when you're coming into, it's like a weird zigzaggy sculpture in downtown Denver. I don't know. Anyway, Google it.
It's called the Weird Zigzaggy Sculpture.
Weird zigzaggy. Thank you for popping in. Get plugged by Jeff. Port. What? Tapped.
Not
shoot.
plugged.
We're plugging water.
I didn't think
Hold on,
she
let me
said
take
plug,
a drink.
man.
Hold on.
I thought she said something else, and I was like, whoa.
Right here and now, huh?
Yeah.
Back to Bar Brewery 2. The best crispy chili rellenos you've ever had in your life. So they're deep fried.
Yeah.
Chili rellenos. Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
It's a stuff.
Do you know what this
chili?
is?
Well, I don't know.
When people aren't
Modern
from Pueblo,
eaters don't-
they don't
you have to
always
be like,
know.
come on, it's Mexican
They don't
food. You're in
always
Pueblo.
know.
I know.
They don't
I
always know.
I know.
And they've got amazing green chili, and it is my favorite place, bar none. Bar Brewery 2. So you have to do a show from there. But they have authentic, like what I would say is Pueblo Mexican food.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's got a Tex-Mexy spin, and so yeah, that's
what I was going to ask. Would you say it's authentic Mexican food here, or more of a?
Well, it's authentic to us.
I think that word
what
authentic is hard because authentic is where you're from or what you're used to
Yeah.
for you. And we do amazing refried beans. You know, when we do beans, you have to make them yourself.
Yeah.
I won't make tostadas with a canned bean. So
I just know my style of Mexican food is not authentic. I like cheese and sour cream and.
Well, that is probably a Pueblo. That's Pueblo authentic.
Sure,
you have to have.
I kind of
Some
like those
pico,
things.
sour cream,
yeah,
guacamole.
You know.
Yeah. So, and then of course everything is smothered in green chili. So you have to have a green chili smothered in.
You've got to have a slopper. Have you ever had a slopper?
We talked about
You know
this
what?
earlier.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And we actually showed the Slopper Championship, which Danielle was like, "No, don't show that."
don't.
to
Yeah.
Hey, little Rich on the stream says Calamath. I don't know what that. If
That's the street.
If that's
Yeah.
somebody was looking
Thank you,
for
Little
information.
Rich.
Yeah,
Nice.
Little
So
Rich.
he knew the
rancher. He says rancher to river dinner.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but we should try
reference
it.
to. He also says brewery bar.
Brewery bar. Maybe it's brewery bar, not bar brewery. It's
Maybe.
brewery bar too. It's something like
Yeah,
that.
Little Rich is out there looking out for you.
Little Rich, thank you, because he knows he had the chili rellenos there. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Little Rich.
Thank you, Little Rich. That's fantastic. I'm really thoroughly enjoying myself right now having this conversation. with
And
you
you're
guys.
sober.
I am sober.
You don't have to be. I've been trying to help you out.
I don't have to be. But that will change probably. at
Good,
some point
good.
If we find
I'm
it.
drunk, so it's okay.
You are not drunk.
The tech guy's drunk. It's fine.
Yeah.
What do you think? We'll get to visit with the chef a little
I
bit or
think,
no?
I think
we've
we
got
gotta-
Miss Tony right here
Okay.
if you're ready for her.
Absolutely.
All
So
right.
let's break off just for a second right now. We'll do a natural thing. I want to keep everybody here.
Yeah,
We've
we'll
got
just
5
make a
cents.
big.
That's-
Yeah, we'll just
do
make a big.
round
Sarah,
robin.
if Tony doesn't have any time, are you cool to
She's
stay?
here.
second?
Right here.
Oh my God in heaven! There
And
is
the
Tony.
heavens
Well
opened.
then, okay. Yeah, well then, Greg.
No sweat. No sweat.
Yeah, go ahead and do your thing, and then.
No, I think what we'll do is we'll just take a break. We'll regroup. This is great. We're down at the Riverwalk in historic downtown Pueblo.
Make it up as we go
21
along.
steak. That's how we do it. Just wing it.
That's
what
what
are
we
we?
do
The
all weekend.
cockamamie ski.
The cockamamie.
And just plug
You
Jeff.
could take that. You can take all this. I'm giving it to you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's all yours now.
It's a treat.
Hang on to it.
All right, we'll be back in a flash. The Modern Eater Show continues.
Hey guys, it's Brian Rizzuto with Encore Energy, the guy who saves your businesses money on natural gas. I know these are crazy, crazy times right now. So while your business is working on increasing your sales, let me work on saving you guys money on your natural gas. I make it as easy as possible. Just provide 12 months worth of natural gas bills to me. I'll do the rest. I know you're really busy, so let me get to work for you. You can reach me at 720-245-5771. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and let me try to save you some money in these crazy times.
Hi, Charlie from Brews Beers here, and I'd like to tell you about our brand new Abbey 4-pack, featuring the 4 main products of Abbey and Trappist breweries in Belgium. So there's the single, the double, the triple, and the quadruple. And let's talk about singles today. Singles or ankles are traditionally monks beers served at meal times and during the day. They're low in alcohol, 3 to 5.5%, and they're often second runnings from stronger beers like triples or quadruples. This one is 3.8% ABV, and it's made from the second runnings from our triple. So what they're known for is lightness and drinkability. They're biscuity flavor with distinct hoppiness, and they're very refreshing. Great summer beers, available at either Brews location, 67th and Pecos, or at Colfax in York, and at fine liquor stores throughout the metro area. Pick up your Abbey 4-pack today and take home some Belgian-style badassery.
I love the laugh.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, it's Kyle Mendenhall. I'm talking with my good friends from the Modern Eaters Show. Keep supporting them. There's a lot of good stuff happening.
We started Meridiem Spirits because we love the way that spirits and cocktails can bring people together to socialize, to bond, to have conversations. Well, right now we've got some big conversations to have. Coupe Vodka and Coupe Gin are available at liquor stores across the metro area, but if you can't find us or would like to have us behind your bar or at your restaurant, send us an email, info@meridiemspirits.com. We know things are a little different these days, but think of us the next time you're planning a virtual happy hour or a socially distant picnic. And keep an eye on our social media, Coupe by Meridiem, for all the latest and greatest.
Hey, Dave Thibodeau here. Hey, friends of the Modern Eater. This is Dave Thibodeau from Ska Brewing and Peach Street Distillers. I wanted to let you know that our new brew distillery is up and running again in Boulder. And we've got a great selection of Ska beers, nearly 30 on tap. We've also got all of our Peach Street Spirits available, a great mixology program that we brought down from the Western Slope and Palisade. We're open limited hours, Wednesday through Friday from 3 to 10. And then we open up earlier at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday and get some brunch action rolling. We have 2 great patios. Socially distant seating is available. And you can always check for more information at scastreet.com, and hope we become your new favorite neighborhood spot. And I'd like to meet you there in the not too distant future for a beer or a drink soon. So take care, be healthy, and stay strong. And I'll talk to you later.
Hi guys, it's Cody Ann from Aspen Baking Company. We specialize in fresh, preservative-free, amazing bread. But with all the food news, go right here to the Modern Eater.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. A little delay on that. Welcome back to the show, and I got to tell you, we're day 5 into our road trip. Jay and I will
push
be back
play on that thing
tomorrow. Oh, you want to play it?
Yeah, I want to play that.
Day 5 of our road trip, and our travels today took us from Lamar, Colorado, into Fowler, Colorado, where we visited our friend Luke Larson from Centennial Cuts. Luke is a cattle ranch that's just to your east.
Yeah, that's what you're going to eat tonight.
Is it really? You don't have cows, right? But not Centennial Cuts.
Steak. Yeah, I think steak. I think Centennial Cuts is one of the vendors that 21 Steak uses.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a tie-in. That's really cool. And this was today, and we got to a chance to
look at that.
A chance to visit.
Good shot.
Good shot, Jay.
I mean, listen, you know,
you can't avoid
I'm
it.
in the back of a truck,
Right?
you know, sometime. I mean, yeah, what, we don't know that?
Yeah, we don't know that. Can you please use the restroom when you do that? But truly, being able to go around and visit with the farmers and the ranchers and get into their world and see what they do, it means so much. You think about small margins. Food in general is so underappreciated. I almost think that it's valued way too less.
For sure.
It's so hard to do all of these things and then get it to the end user, get it to market. But Centennial Cuts is a great partner of us. Fall Dinner Series, falldinnerseries.com, Jay.
Falldinnerseries.com.
3 dinners. They start on Monday. Dinner number 1 on Monday is Chef Corey Baker from Sushi Den and Ezekiah. And where else was he from?
He's been a few other places, but those are the 2 that stick into my head,
He's
too.
like an industry favorite on Monday. That dinner's almost sold out.
And he participated in the Summer Dinner Series as a helper, so he's
That's
just
right.
an all-around chef.
Tuesday night, Chef Kyle Mendenhall. Last at Arcana, you can't get his food anywhere else. Now he is the corporate chef for the Big Red F. But Kyle Mendenhall, I love his food ethos and just totally one of those chefs that does a lot of cross-utilization. And he also just from soup to nuts. He's going to utilize all of its ingredients. Wednesday, Chef Alex Seidel from Mercantile Dining and Provisions. It's sold out, so you don't even need to know his name. But Chef Alex Seidel. Thursday night, Chef Scott Hiberneth. And then Friday night, Chef Rebecca Weitzman. It is all at the very well-appointed, spacious Logan Street. Do you remember where Governor's Park was?
Yes.
It's now called Logan Street.
I have been there.
You have?
I have.
Okay. And Carboy Winery is letting us have their patio out back there. So
it's going to be a special week.
This was Centennial Cuts in Fowler, Colorado today. Luke Larson showing us around the ranch, and we're bringing back some of his beef to our Fall Dinner Series. So check out Fall Dinner Series and falldinnerseries.com for ticket information. Welcome back to the show. We are visited. Tony joins us. Hey, Tony, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
We thought that we want you to do it. Now, we, around the table, Jay tried to tell, this is so funny, Danielle, how to pronounce your name.
Tony, we did?
Yes.
Oh, how thoughtful of you, Jay.
I know. Tony Orozco-Joyce.
Orozco-Joyce.
Gotta roll your R's.
I can't roll the R's.
It's 6 letters. It's phonetic. Orozco.
You don't have to roll. You don't have to roll this one.
Well, you could. It's Orozco, but Orozco's. I'll take Orozco. You're good.
Hey, Danielle, just to point out I was right, just so you know.
I don't know what you're talking about. Play back the tape.
Tony, COO.
Yes. How are you? I'm very well. It's Friday night, so I'm busy.
It is.
Sweating up a storm in our dining room.
And you'd have it no other way, right?
Right. It's what Fridays are for.
It's better than the alternative. Nothing
it's the
to
truth.
do on a Friday night. What do you do here?
There's so many things I do here. The heart of what I do all day is really revolving around the restaurant. That's the heart of my day. We are a massive space that has lots of things that go on inside this building. We have a media company. We have the Center for American Values, our museum downstairs. We have a banquet event center upstairs on the 4th floor. And we have a gym right around the corner. And we've got a lot of good things coming, more stuff to come. We're in the middle of starting a new project. So we have a lot to do, but when it's time for the restaurant, that's all I think about is just the restaurant, the staff, the chefs, and all the things we do on the menu, cocktails. So my life revolves around the building, but my heart revolves around the restaurant.
You're making me rethink my life. You're so put together.
Hardly. That's why I'm late for this interview.
So basically, she runs the town.
You are absolutely
just this corner.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up here in Pueblo. So I'm a Pueblo native. I am. I moved away at 22-ish. And I moved to Phoenix and then Hawaii and back to Denver. I lived in Cherry Creek for some time, came back to Colorado and to Pueblo about 19 years ago. And I was a wine and spirit vendor for a long time. And then came here and took this job on last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where'd you live in Cherry Creek?
So I lived in Glendale, actually, but I worked at the Artisan Center on 3rd and Detroit.
Yeah.
So I'd been living in that, and that was a long, long time ago. Yeah. That was 24 plus years ago, right at the inception of my marriage. And
well, you got married when you were 10?
Yeah.
10.
Oh, I've been married a long time, so it's way over 20 years.
Too much. I grew up in Cherry Creek.
Oh, you did?
And still live there.
Yeah, so 3rd and Detroit, the Artisan Center was my home. I was an art buyer there, and did a lot of personal shopping, a lot of great stuff. That place is still there, still a really special nook in Cherry Creek. And I ate at the Cherry Cricket when it was in its original location almost every day.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, my heart was there, but living in the wine and spirit industry, my office was in Denver. I commuted from Pueblo to my territory and then to my office in Denver. And so I've been living in those restaurants in Denver forever. So when you're talking about all these wonderful chefs and the chef week that's coming up, I'm pretty envious that I won't be able to see some of those wonderful things because I know those chefs pretty well and their menus for sure.
Yeah, whenever you're in town, please be our guest.
Oh, I'd love to.
Service industry, so you've looked at it from many angles. It looks like you've looked at it from the inside out and the outside in.
For sure. I started the resort industry first. Mm-hmm. So I started the Phoenician, and then I went to the Kahala Mandarin Oriental in Hawaii. And then I came back into the Broadmoor for 7 years. And then became a wine and spirit vendor. So I touched all the restaurants, food and beverage, bar for 15 years in that company. And then last year I came here just to help consult, and they said, why don't you stay and be a local girl? And it was time to get out of the car, honestly. It was hard to leave. I could peddle booze the rest of my life. It was really the heartbeat of my day, just being all the restaurants, chefs, and just getting a chance to plan and opening so many restaurants. That's really the best part of that industry, is getting to see it from the ground up and then watching them change and grow and develop. And then coming here and getting to do it, all the things I was teaching, I get to put them into practice here daily.
Now, you've seen a lot.
I have.
But you've never seen a COVID outbreak.
No, and adjusting to that, I'll tell you that as terrible as it was, we learned a lot of things through the process, and I mean, nothing more than the value of a guest every day. I mean, the gratitude of having this restaurant full all weekend and endless reservations and kindness and support for all of our dinners and specialty events. I've been blessed that when we reopened those doors in May, we haven't had a lot of empty seats. We have a huge community following. We have a lot of people that I'm locally connected to that I can tell you right now, if you walk through that restaurant, there's probably 70% of those people in there that I've loved most of my life. So that's the beauty of small town.
Well, and a testament to community and the relationship that you've gathered throughout the years with the restaurant. Truly, those relationships, a lot of restaurants will put themselves out on an island, and they take their guests for granted. They came in, they'll be there, and then all of a sudden here's this outbreak, and it's like, how do we reach our guests?
Sure.
Where are they? Where have they been? Are they going to come back? I'm looking at your Facebook. I'm looking at your website. You guys are doing everything that you possibly can to stay connected to your guests.
We are, and we want to. One of the things that's really special is our kitchen. So our executive chef, Michael Dakenhart, he's been in the industry 40 years. He's been an educator, and what's really special is our sous chef, who's been here from day one when the restaurant opened almost 3 years ago. They are molding and growing and changing and bringing new people into this world and walking them through the process. And there's nothing like learning on the job training. We have a lot of interns that come through here, and it's really special to show. And for me, all day, just, I have a really young staff, so a lot of them, this is the first place they've been. And at a caliber restaurant like this, to start without any underneath. So they don't have bad habits, but we have a lot of things to grow and teach. So I'll tell you that every pre-shift is an hour's worth of training, whether it's the specials of the day, the cocktails that we're walking through. We have to give back and teach. We try to teach people around us. We try to share the love in this corner, especially in the Downtown Association. Our new restaurant next door, our restaurants across the way, you can hear the beautiful music. They share that with us because this is that's their music, and we get the pleasure of hearing it. So we're really fortunate.
Bringing them up through the it's like that Mr. Miyagi moment. You're just like, why am I doing this? And then all of a sudden it's like, that makes sense.
Yes.
And then I spread my wings.
Yes.
and truly, that's kind of the fulfilling thing, because you don't expect people to work here forever. Or
No.
to move on.
And we want them to find places to be. We were fortunate when we came back from COVID. We lost almost no employees. So they came back. I walked them through as we closed those doors on the 17th of March. I walked them all through unemployment. I told them, don't worry, don't go too far away. We'll be waiting for you. And then I spent those 6 or 7 weeks, just myself and my chefs. We did a little bit of to-code just to keep people connected to us, people who loved us calling, say, hey, can we pick up a meal from you? Sure. So we did some specialty things for a lot of our regulars. Anything we could do that was going to give us a chance to really give back to those people who were waiting for us to open the doors. And here come some of those wonderful people bringing some delicious things for you to see.
Wow.
Hey, gents.
Oh, no, the bone marrow.
Yes. And so it's really special that everything that we've done, as we learn through this COVID situation, we've learned some things the hard way. We've learned some things, were really to a benefit to kind of take a time out and reevaluate what was important and, giving us some time to train. Right before we reopened, we waited a few days when we knew we could open. And then we just came in and played and ate and hung out and laughed and put the camaraderie back into our staff before we opened the doors.
It's interesting. You weren't here for this, but I started the show with this correlation. And truly, just like COVID is how 21 Steak was born. And I read this little blurb here about go up again just another day, June 3rd, 1921 in Pueblo, Colorado, changed dramatically when an unexpected cloudburst ushered in a devastating flood. The widespread disaster was quickly followed by an amazing recovery led by the citizens' incredible resolve. After nearly 100 years, a breathtaking riverwalk has emerged from the ruins. Motivated by the spirit of our community, 3 Pueblo entrepreneurs have created a brand new dining experience in memory of the 1921 flood and its impact on Pueblo. 21 Steak has risen.
Yes.
Just like some of the most devastating fires or floods comes the most fertile soil that you could possibly have.
It's the truth. And I'll tell you that there's a lot of reverence in this space. I mean, when you hear that historical story about what it was, I mean, we're almost at the 100-year mark. Next year will be 100 years that our namesake, 21 Steak, is because of the 1921 flood. The water wasn't here. We had to reroute it back to here. So it was really important that, we keep those historical pieces. We have a Gray Ghost on our menu, which is something that is the story about what this building was called before they bought and refurbished it. We have the flood as one of our cocktails because, it's an homage to when something gets destroyed, it does get rebuilt. And then there's some sustainability. So the historical piece of it, I can tell you I have goosebumps every time I tell this story. My first day here, the owner walked me through a little 4-hour, we call it the campus of our huge space. He walked me through and told me all the stories and the ghost stories and all the fun history that was attached to this building. And I was pretty emotional. I felt like it being from Pueblo to have a piece of that historical part of my day every day, and then to get to relive it and rebirth it and just renew the things that the city, needs. We need hospitality in a way that we've never needed it before because of what happened.
So well said.
Yes.
Do you feel a certain amount of responsibility to move forward with such a great brand?
The responsibility is just to give back to the opportunity they gave me. They don't give me a lot of I don't get a lot of no's here. I get to thank you. I get to do what I want to do. I get to tread in all the waters that are new and untouched, and they really don't hold me back, and they let me say, go, start with it, do what you want to do, and if it doesn't work, we'll start over. And it's probably the largest piece of opportunity of growth for myself to walk through it with all of them every day. So I'm pretty blessed. I'm inspired by them constantly, especially the back of the house. My reverence for the kitchen, you couldn't imagine. I'm in tears at pre-shift every day, just like, what is this? That's from where? Which farm? Like, what happened? And every day they're shopping, and every day they're bringing a piece of our community here, every single day, from our rural community, from the way that they shop locally, from all the special requests that I make concessions for the guests that call me and say, I need this, I need that. We're a steakhouse, and we put these beautiful vegan pieces in our menu because it touches me to have everybody want to be here. We're not just a steakhouse, for sure.
You took us to the right place.
And you know why we call them a great community partner. I mean, that's exactly why.
You keep going from here. So as we round the corner into fall and winter, and a lot of people are saying, okay, well, how do we continue to flourish with our business? What are some plans as you look around corners?
So
things that you want to start doing?
We're worried about, obviously, the weather making changes and losing some seating there. We do have some things that are in the works that we're getting ready to develop. So we have some secrets of things that are coming that'll hopefully give us some more seats and some wonderful things to keep us busy if we are still at half capacity or whatever the protocol is going to become. So we're planning ahead always that if it doesn't end anytime soon, we're not going to try to lose any seating. We don't want to lose any of the ground we've made so far just coming back. So
now I'm so interested in what that may be. I'm like looking around.
I will tell you, though.
What are they going to do?
Igloo over there?
Yeah.
Keep in mind that I started in the spirit industry, so I watch all the trends and the cultures that are missing. And one of the special things in our restaurant is, my chef, too. I can put something in front of him, and in a day or two, he'll do some homework, and he'll email me late at night his ideas, and I'm floored. I'm here first thing in the morning waiting for him at his door, like, let's go, let's talk. And my owner's already riling us up because he's here real early monkeying around next door at the gym, and then he's got us all revved up to say, well, go find it, go figure it out. So we do get a lot of late night texts and phone calls of their ideas too. So it helps that we're all moving in a direction that's sometimes really fast, and I have to say, wow, I had no idea. I was worried I was going to be bored. I told Danielle when I took this job, maybe it's not enough to have just one restaurant, because I was servicing hundreds of them. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, I don't know that I can keep myself busy every day.
Not the case.
All day long.
Not the case.
I'm thoroughly impressed by you. I really
am.
Well,
thank
You're
you. That's
a very
kind.
classy person.
Sorry, I'm a brat that I made you wait so long.
No, you have to.
Business is first.
Well worth the wait.
That's right. That's right.
Everything is just great. And having a lovely time. What I'd like to do is we kind of wind things down right now, and we're going to want to get in and have a little bit of dinner, too.
Oh, it's time for you to eat, for sure.
The Front Range and our contingency in Denver, and actually we have a pretty good statewide following of folks. I want to do just that kind of, 30, 60-second elevator speech of, here's why you need to come to Pueblo. And we talked earlier, I said, once you know type of thing. There's a lot of people that they look to do these staycations or not go too far.
Sure.
This is a great candidate, and I'd love to hear from you ladies on just why. Talk to our viewers, if you would, Danielle.
Well, I've kind of done a little bit of talking. I'd love to hear Tony's.
She's got something.
Yeah,
right.
she's always got something.
Tony, go ahead.
I'll tell you that one of the things that is really special about Pueblo is it is hidden in a gem that people don't always understand. It's not a gem that needs to be polished; it's already polished.
Yeah.
There's a natural, hospitable culture here, and I think that showcasing any of us down here on the Riverwalk. Obviously, we're in a very beautiful space to recognize us, but to walk through the doors and see how humble we are to have guests walk through and see this incredible weather, this backdrop, the people that are so genuinely waiting to show the servitude that guests deserve. Pueblo has a lot of that just innately. I've seen a lot of generational restaurants come through here, second, third, fourth generations that still stand. We have neighborhoods that are super old. I live in a Victorian and old historical neighborhood, and I can tell you right now that there's never a day that I'm not happy to drive onto my street or to drive into my office or to drive, anywhere with my girlfriends to have lunch somewhere. We're really blessed that the small town thing is not, we're not small in the sense that we don't have all the accessibility. We've been doing farm to table naturally because we have this rural community next to us. It wasn't a label that we had to create. It was already happening just kind of organically. And I'll tell you, there's a sweet lady that just walked past us a moment ago. They live in Idaho Springs, and they were here last weekend, and she just walked past here. She's having dinner here again. She's coming from a resort community in a place where they are foodies, and they get a little different piece of culture. And she told me last weekend she didn't even realize how special it was to be on the Riverwalk. She'd never been here, and she owns a home in my neighborhood that she doesn't come to very often because she primarily lives in Idaho Springs. But it touched me that she felt how special it was, and we were standing outside teary-eyed just talking about how warm she felt being outside on our patio. We have all the beautiful sunshine, we have all the culture, we have that organic need to share that with somebody. It's a shame that the Chili Fest wasn't what we're used to being. We're used to having 100,000 people down here that have never seen us. We want to show out and show people Pueblo's not just a small town, but there's a lot of small town community feel all the time. We're really blessed. We've had friendships our entire life that have lasted. I can tell you that most of my friends have been with me for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. We're really, really lucky. Even if they move away, they all have to come home. There's always something here you miss, that's for sure.
That is something we always say, too. You can leave, but you'll be back.
You'll be back. Yeah,
you'll be back.
True. It's been a couple of years. Shame on me. Shame on me. Now you're not going to be able to get rid of us now.
Well,
we'll be pushing through all the time.
We'll adopt you.
Is that okay? Hey, Jay, can we come down every month? Can we come down every month?
Well, maybe you should taste this and you'll know about it. This is a huge homage that he's showing right now to a huge Pueblo respect of what we do here for Pueblo Chili Fest. That is a Pueblo chili dusted ribeye, so our private ranch beef dusted with Pueblo chili and elote off our grill, and then Pueblo smashed potatoes. So you're getting this composed steakhouse dish with a little Pueblo chili flair. And it's really what we were doing this weekend, is showing off cocktails and food that really respect what our rural community does.
And that's part of the Pueblo Chili Fest kind of COVID plan, was to really put the task to Pueblo to come out and enjoy what is here. This place is here. There's so many other great places, restaurants and retail and merchants that are all along the Riverwalk and downtown. So the challenge was, we don't have the 200 vendors that line the streets. She's the vendor. She's the food vendor, the amazing antique store, the coffee shop, all of the places that are here at your fingertips regularly every day. You got to come out. You got to support local. You got to support downtown, and more than ever now with COVID. So we put the task to all of our local downtown, and this is what 21 State came up with. They inspired a Chili Fest brunch, which they've never done before. And so we'll be featuring those vendors all weekend long through Chili Festival, just what their creativity is and how they're wrapping their arms around this year.
Yeah, it's not too late. September 26th and 27th, that's this weekend, the Pueblo Chili and Frijoles Festival, 26th annual.
26 years.
27. I can't wait to see next year as you hope to get back into shape. But you kind of have to look and go, you know what? We're just blessed that there's something going on right now. We can do it. It's pared down, small. Farmers market, 175. How many can you bring?
175 people at any given time, all day long.
Yeah.
So in 2 locations. So that's not too bad. And we're doing the curbside pickup and other options for people, and really pushing people to get out to the farms and find all of those amazing things. Just like this, they can make their own amazing dishes at home with all of that. Local, right here.
The smell of that steak and corn, whatever. So I don't know what. There's some garlic. You get a bunch of different
shallots,
stuff.
butter, Pueblo
chili. This much, man. You remember the story I was telling them earlier? Like, I'm weird about eating. I don't enjoy food if it's in a work environment. Man, it took
Yeah.
a lot of self-control not
It's
to
amazing
just
right now.
lick that steak before I set
We
it
need
down
some
back
scratch
down on
and
the table,
sniff.
man.
Yeah.
That speaking of
and
Jeff Rourke,
Jeff will
it's like,
plug you.
tap that steak, tap that steak.
He'll tap
man, I'm
it.
telling
He's going
you.
to tap it.
Jeff will tap you. You guys, truly, I didn't know what to expect, but I've had such a delightful time talking
Thank
to you,
you.
ladies.
Thank you so much for just letting us be a feature. I was watching quite a few of your videos the last couple days, just seeing what it was like and what to expect. And I was really touched by the one in Lamar, actually, this morning. I was watching that, and I was really touched just by all the special places that you've been to. Lamar's another small town that has a lot of historical things to share, and that cool refurbished hotel. I was really excited to let you come and see what our story was.
Oh, man, that's good stuff. These are people that care about the community, and those are the stories that we love to highlight. So as tomorrow will ramp up for us in the morning, we'll be over there bright and early and take a walk around and throw a couple of lives up. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow.
How bright and early?
Depends on how late we let you stay tonight.
Are you asking how many drinks you can have until then?
Yeah, I'm not
you got to
worried
try
about
our Grey Ghost. We've already said.
For sure.
You know what? Yes.
But I have a lot of local fresh frescas and cocktails that are in cohesion with our food menu. So I made a beautiful mezcal, tequila, rum selection for this weekend. So you really got to come in and see what we shake behind the bar.
Love it. And reservations here, right?
It's important. We're at half capacity, so we do sell out all the seats very easily. So we want you to call. My personal cell number is on that website. You can call the restaurant anytime you need to. You can call me directly. Always. This Sunday we have a few reservations left for brunch, but we want to fill those seats. We want to just say, hey, we've never done the brunch thing this way. Come and watch us and walk through it with us.
I'll tell you this much, man. Call early, because when I was here earlier setting up and running around with Sarah, the phone was ringing off the hook.
All day.
And when they were answering, they're like, hey, listen, your reservation, 10 o'clock is the earliest I can get you in tonight, so call early.
The word is out.
Are there any distilleries around here?
There's one coming. Isn't it on Santa Fe? We have a little Pueblo distillery. We do have a chili spirit gentleman who's distilling one chili spirit.
Blizzard Peak. And
yes.
Was that in the little gift bag that you gave?
Yes, we gave you a little sample. Yeah.
I was going to pound that in my room and stumble over here.
Well,
I probably
you might need a chaser.
You might need a chaser.
It is Pueblo chili
Hey,
hot.
man.
Is it hot?
It is.
It's
You
got
didn't
a
tell me there was booze in our gift bag.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, gotta
Maybe
search
you didn't
the
get one in
gift
your
bag.
gift bag.
We heard about you,
What's
so we
up
left
with
yours
that?
out.
There's two in mine.
Or maybe, that's what I was
There's
thinking.
two in mine.
Those are amazing Bloody Marys for tomorrow morning. That's what that
Really?
is for, and or
Exactly.
margaritas.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I can give you some homemade Bloody Mary mix to take with you to your hotel, and then you can just drop it in there.
I wish I was that big of a badass anymore. I'm not. I'm just not.
Fight
I
it,
just
fight
need
it.
strong coffee in the morning. That's all I need.
Well, you can put
I mean,
it
here's
in
the
there.
thing. Like a drink at 7 a.m., like that's not a problem if you're unemployed and have no
Yeah.
responsibilities. And it's like, yes.
Some people can function and do that just fine.
Some people can.
I'm just
Not
not
I.
one of them.
No, not I either.
We're going to hang out in Pueblo tomorrow until about 1 o'clock, and then we'll head back to Denver, Colorado with all of our goodies. And then we've got a lot of work to do, Jay. Fall Dinner Series all next week. FallDinnerSeries.com. Check that
FallDinnerSeries.com.
out. Again, it's time for us to eat. This has been a great day. I wish we could
Indeed.
have caught up with the chef, but look, they're doing what they should be doing.
We wanted you to. We love to show them off, especially young Tony. He's, like I said, he's usually my sidekick. It's usually Tony and Tony in front
Tony
of all
squared.
the things. Yes.
Wasn't there a band, Tony?
Yes, but we're Tony Mike, so we just can't. We haven't figured out how to
What's
utilize
Mike's
that tagline.
problem, you know?
You just say Mike, check.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, you're now Tony. Sorry.
He's got a lot more clout than I do. He's definitely not going to sign up for that.
All right, Mike, Tony. It all works, and it all works here. Things are just perfect. It's a perfect evening here. In
Is
Pueblo,
not the weather
Colorado.
the most perfect?
Yeah.
It's exactly what fall weather should be, and we get a lot of this in
Yeah,
Pueblo.
we do.
We
and
were-
then you'll add tomorrow the smell of lofting roasted chili, and then you'll totally be in love.
I almost put this was almost inside tonight, which probably would have been a lot less enjoyable. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you decided to come out here. Because
yeah,
it's a
it
really
was
good
a weird
place
thing.
to be
What's
shown
the
off.
What's the gentleman's name? The big gentleman that moves furniture around.
Manny.
He's
our guy.
I told Manny hates me. He just would never admit it
doesn't.
because they have this beautiful little area on the inside. And if you were watching some of the tour video that I've been playing throughout the show, then you actually see him getting one of the big purple couches to move it. Because I came in, did the thing, and I'm like, gosh, Sarah, told Sarah McCarthy, I said, if we could do it right here, I think that makes the most sense because
Yeah.
the rest of the restaurant's kind of full. She
Sure.
says, no problem, Manny, get over here. Please help me get all this furniture out of here.
And then you're like,
so Manny
"No,
moves all the
can you
furniture
move that back?"
and makes it disappear. And he's sweating, he's humping and pumping, and he gets it all out of there just immediately, too, right?
Uh-huh.
Get these other tables all set up. It's about kind
Oh,
of
and
when I
that
called.
when you called me
and
and I
when I
said,
looked
"Let's do it
outside, and I
outside."
was like, "Oh my
Outside.
God!"
Your
I'm like,
fault.
"Look outside!"
man.
And I said to Sarah, "I said, do you think
Thank
we can
you.
set this
Good
up out
night.
here?" She says, "Absolutely." And then she goes, "Hey, Manny, hey, Manny."
Poor Manny.
And I'm like, "Oh my God!" She goes, "Can you get those the purple couches and bring
Put
them
'em
back?"
back?
I was like, "I would love to buy you a drink, Manny."
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
Manny, whatever
Maybe
you
two.
want, man. Yeah,
Maybe
please,
two.
can I buy you a drink? He laughed, But
Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Thank you, man. And thanks to everybody around here. Any shout-outs?
Oh, shout out to everybody and anybody that wants to come see us. We'd love to have you here. If you haven't been here before, please let me introduce the restaurant and my staff to you. If you want to come down and see brunch, like I said, my cell number is always there, 719-369-1112. You can call me anytime. I will not answer the phone during dinner service because I'm busy loving on guests, but as soon as it mellows out, I do return those phone calls. And we want you to come and check out what we do here, just not even just at our space, but anybody downtown. We are so blessed to have this type of backdrop, this neighborhood. We're just really lucky that we're all open again and moving hopefully forward in the best light. And thanks to Danielle for always sending everybody our way to come and experience what we do here and to share her knowledge of who we are with everybody that she encounters. We're really blessed by her presence and her professionalism and how many times she puts us on the front lines to see everybody.
I'd wish you luck, but I'm just going to wish you continued success.
Yeah, I don't think
you.
they don't need
Thank
luck.
Just
you.
keep grinding.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
so
right.
much.
You-
We can't wait to see what you're doing in Denver. We'd like to head that way and do a little field trip, me and my culinary team.
I would love that. You personify hospitality. You
Thank
really
you.
do.
Thank
She
you very
does.
much.
Keep doing it. And so for Danielle and for Tony and the other Tony and Sarah,
Yeah.
just everybody here, we have to thank you. And alongside of Jay Parker, I'm Greg Hollenbach. We're going to kick that rock on down the road, and we'll see you tomorrow. The Modern Eater Show continues.